The human race has historically divided itself into two groups: those who lead rich, rewarding, interesting, and exciting lives, and those who live average and largely unrewarding lives. The elite of the world, the leaders, the contributors, as opposed to the feeders. While the fella down the block is a swell guy to talk to play golf with, and to have over for a game of bridge once in a while, he is not necessarily the man to emulate, since the odds are that he doesn't know where he's going, and that if he doesn't know where he's going, he can't very well get anywhere. And that 99% of the people in this country don't get anywhere.
Understand why we won't invest. Slouching forward in a swivel chair, elbows leaning on the desk, eyes half open staring at a screensaver. Fax machine beeps, line busy needs paper, cover sheet to put on top of some other sheets to send the same reports you've been sending every other week. Surprise visit from the head of retail, back from the Cayman Islands, scuba diving collecting seashells, well tanned and smiling, freshly Botoxed, Diet Coke, gluten-free organic donut. Whitening strips finally starting to take effect. Virginia Slims replaced with mouthfuls of Nicorette. Powdered face, but you're merely a trousered ape. Loud and fake, always leaving a sour taste. Just cut the check so I can purchase my blue ribbon and pay a visit to the parking clerk for these foolish tickets.
Did you miss your train? Were you caught in the rain? No, don't bother to explain.
Slip into the tavern for an early evening, Hefeweizen, lonely guys. Sports jerseys, neckties, and oversized televisions hanging from the walls and ceiling. Newscaster staring at the camera with concerned expression. Smug bartender girl, too much attention, acting like a 10. Reality, she's just a 7. I take a bar stool, buy myself in isolation. Empty seat on either side, yes, I need my concentration. Then float away completely into outer space and reach a state of momentary rest and divine complacence. Not here for the silly forms of entertainment, just prompt service and a clean tap for your patrons. Avert my eyes from the screens and the advertisements, stare at my glass, enjoy my lonely drink in silence.
So late, getting home from the office. Did you miss your train? Were you caught in the rain? No, don't bother to explain.
Most of the time I'd rather be home with a G&T. No TV, no roomies, only me. Something fresh on the Technics, SLBD 20D, drop the needle. Listen as the din fades into obscurity. Loafer shod feet chase promotions and more degrees. Naive assistant managers who think they have a shot at a better life beg the proletariat to sacrifice, yet all we give you is 9 to 5. Sales goals, business models all seem ill-contrived. Spend the check on alcohol, tobacco products. Bosses get us out on time and then don't bother us. Till there's something substantial you can offer us, we'll take a quiet corner and perhaps a bottle of something strong enough to help clear our minds of you. We punched a clock, signed a time card, now we're tired of you.
Did you miss your train? Were you caught in the rain? No, don't bother to explain.
at the grocery store, as opposed to before, when I told myself to socialize more. Now I tell myself to socialize less, and I hope to forget the clever ways we could connect. We already have each other's profile, cross paths with no smile, confused by an image with no guile. Not trying to have my status checked, still not promoted, no kids, no happy marriage yet. How's the family? You ask as if you don't know. Affected naivety, puzzled tone like Columbo. Conduct a thorough investigation back in your room, comparing your offspring to the fruit of other women's wombs. You strictly monitor relationship statuses and track career paths of grads from your kids' classes. Tickles your pride to see your children so well presented, your public image as a loving parent well cemented.
Oh, it's awful. The walls seem to be closing in on me. I'm wanting to push them away. Oh, my collar is suddenly tight. Are you having any difficulty in breathing?
Fashion frames with no magnification, dog ear hat, extra large ear flaps. Near that, collar flipped up, jacket fully zipped up past the neck, scarf wrapped around the lower fifth of my face, conceal the neck and the weak chin. Not here to catch up, just here to sneak in. Switch directions at the presence of familiar voices, 180, 270 strange noises, blips and beeps from the pockets of local creeps. Status update, friend request, poke received. Tense moments find me switching to a light jog, terrified of being uploaded or even grokked. Under my breath, give us this day our daily bread. Frequently check my peripheral vision, break a sweat. Headed over toward the deli counter, grab a ticket. Pacing back and forth, eyes toward the ground twitching. Psychotic self-dialogue and direction switching. Called my number 4 times before it started clicking.
It's dark. 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 Walls coming in on me. Coming in.
Leave me alone! Take you!
Light gray poplin shirt, generic Zyrtec and some cough syrup. Everything for a mediocre lifestyle. Cotton slacks available in light brown. Futon with a chic veneer. Match it with the lightweight Papazon chair. Gone are the days of the rebel with the long hair. Here to stay, picket fence, lawn care. Lawn furniture, aisle 13. Brick red chairs to match your chemical green. Front lawn, laden with Scott's products. Around a mansion of wood chips and sawdust. Particle boards, 2x4s, vinyl siding, light gray ceramic tile floors, and of course, a television stand, fiberboard and foil, gloss brown and tan.
Shopping sprees, switch up my clothes. Gotta buy a lot of things. Open up the bags, shopping sprees. Shopping's been a new scene, no department store, let me shop some more. Shopping sprees, switch up my clothes. Gotta buy a lot of things. Open up the bags, shopping sprees. Shopping's been a new scene, no department store, let me shop some more.
Button downs with a wide girth, now the slightly obese can feel comfy at work. Athletic fit for the narcissistic who chase short skirts, tan skin, lipstick. Skinny slim fit, pre-tattered jeans for the preteen wannabe Adam and Avril Lavigne's. Faded tees, faux vintage logos. Retro frames, one size fits most. Plus various flavors of chucks, mixing with some dress pants. Aw shucks, aren't you Mr. Casual Formal? But you're 4 years behind, so you're simply abnormal. Ask why the in crowd seems to ignore you. They moved on from that a half decade before you.
Shopping sprees, switch up my clothes. Gotta buy a lot of things. Open up the bags, shopping sprees. Shopping's been a new scene, no department store, let me shop some more. Shopping sprees, switch up my clothes. Gotta buy a lot of things.
years, department stores will play dubstep. For now it's still Avril and Nickelback, either that or some rehashed Christmas track. Groovy and light so you can still relax while you spend your bi-weekly on ties and slacks. Aw, look, you got a tie tack and some wet naps, a 25 pack to stay tidy while you eat your high fiber wraps, rice cakes and Nutella for a light snack, key lime yogurt for dessert, and you always tuck a napkin in the collar of your shirt. You're a good boy. Fold your hands, bow your head, see the Walmart blue and the Target red. Now disappear into the white fluorescent lights, and rest assured you'll never find a lower price.
Shopping sprees, switch up my clothes. Gotta buy a lot of things. Open up the bags, shopping sprees. Shopping's been a new scene, no department store, let me shop some more. Shopping sprees, switch up my clothes. Gotta buy a lot of things. Open up the bags, shopping sprees. Shopping's been a new scene, no department store, let me shop some more.
Single digit inside my checking, cleaned it out, please bail out my bank account. Every month after rent it's the same amount, my allowance a few pence, a couple pounds. Password, user ID, staring at a screen full of debits and fees. Should have a house with an acre of land, or at least be at an interview shaking a hand. But here's a secret, I'm actually kinda satisfied. Fingers all ringless, neck doesn't have a tie. Ask me what I do, I don't have to lie. Compare status with you, I don't have the time. We're not friends, I didn't ask to be. I feel bored by the questions that you're asking me. Call me greedy cause I've still not procreated. Tell me to admire the fruit that you've co-created. Problem is, even though you're both so elated, I think the positive vibe's a bit overstated. Consider for a moment, if you will, you're composed of a combination, therapy and pills. Never known you to keep your word when it matters. Pay your debts and excuses and useless jabber. As a roomie, your life was movies, smart food, hot pockets and bar floozies. Tramps at night, Camel lights, Amstel lights, half a season of Sopranos and goodnight. Wake up drooling on the couch pillows while I'm over in the kitchen wearing out the Brillo. Hookah always stationed on the coffee table. Basic cable, 97 Sable. Expired half and half and stale bagels. Sticky silverware, sauce encrusted ladles. Start your day about 2:15. Can full of cashews, gin mixed with cran juice. Degree in psych doesn't mean that you've seen the light or that you understand what life for me is like. Your expression says pity, but you speak polite, approving nods from your quietly conceited wife. Self-help, self-diagnosis, carbohydrate and corn syrup overdoses. My prescription when depression kicks in, that and a bit of gin mixed with something sick to spin. Algebra or some bitches brew, a much-needed interlude from the inner gloom. Now I'm high like Samantha's broom, lightheaded like the Ricker from Silver Spoons. Distracted by a room full of magpies, neon signs and the buzzing of barflies. Fascinating, but you're merely procrastinating. Fruitless thoughts in a glass only half containing a hoppy brown seasonal offering. Voice becomes loud, thoughts begin softening. To the left is a 7.35, right hand a solid 8.29. Both broads quite bored and glassy-eyed, chaperoned by some well-built tattoo guys. Also bored but inordinately loud, bellowing cliche thoughts over the crowd. Springsteen in the background, glory days, warm thoughts of younger years in assorted haze. Here and there a quick dance or a glass is raised, or a voice lifted up like a hymn of praise. Sermon out front by the town drunk priest through a cloud of menthol to a crowd of true smokers who persist through the colder months. 2-pack a day buying bulk soldier ones who smoke for the soul, not just for fun. Young smokers learn life from the older ones. Bleary-eyed and clearly high, from a bar stool rose a well-dreaded and bearded guy. Indeterminable age and ethnicity, tie-dye scarf to highlight his eccentricity. Moved toward the stage with a stout heart, in a carrying case bearing a folk harp, which he planted on the elevated surface and began to pluck in a manner far from nervous. To the Glory Day song, impervious, played with the fervor of Solomon's temple worshippers. At first the crowd mocked and jeered, till they looked upon his face, awash with tears. Reaching for notes with increasing alacrity, tavern filled up damn near to capacity. No more nickels in the jukebox, they listened to his harp till the bar closed at 2 o'clock. Walking home, discussions had a different tone. Compare with other nights when they just rambled on. Now they set movie quotes and jokes aside, and for the moment only spoke out of broken pride. Furrowed brows throughout the crowd, many walked head down without a sound. Even the pigeon-eyed weren't fully immunized. Blank stares beneath a vast black winter sky. Resonating music in the sinner spirits. To the tune every conscience added different lyrics.
The great majority of people simply drift like rudderless ships, rest on their oars during good times, and then find themselves in the middle of the lake when the storm comes up. People who are simply enduring the present while they wait for something good to happen in the future are not operating anywhere near the peak of their talents and abilities. If we leave our lives and futures to chance, the odds are overwhelmingly in favor of our joining that great majority which has historically marched to nowhere in their one and only chance at this game of life.
Apathetic stroll back from the lunch break, 3.5 hours till the end of this Monday. Stuck in this silly business casual costume. It isn't you, you're not at all what they assume. Deep inside, something primal's being repressed. Feeling weak in your khakis and fleece vest. Face pale and emotionless. Vending machine, pull the tab, sip the soda fizz. Corn syrup is your drug of choice, nice and safe. Available around the clock, a short walk away. In the form of Fifth Avenue's and orange slice combos, Pop-Tarts and Hostess pies. Excuse you while you kiss the sky. Manically swig a Sprite, euphoria like you sniffed a line. Soda machine is your pusher man. Pure liquid candy in a can. Every couple months offers you a different brand. Extra supply, any product that's in demand. Rubber band, folded stack of 1s and 5s. Docker pant pockets, quarters, nickels, dimes. Rusty Chuck E. Cheese token for a slug. Trick an old machine for a treat. Free lunch.
I can't stop. All different flavors. I feed for more. I can't stop. I can't stop.
Get a dose once, you gon' fiend for this.
I can't stop. I can't stop. All different flavors. I feed for more. I can't stop. I can't stop.
Get a dose once, you gon' fiend for this.
Back down the hall, unnaturally brisk pace. Spirits already lifted from the rush you anticipate. Bright colors, cold aluminum and condensation evoke a visceral urge for swift satiation. Attempts to curb your intake through strict scheduling, mostly in vain. You find yourself backpedaling, plagued by fantasies of Fanta and Great Crush. A trivial transgression converted to a fatal lust. A healthy human being, now a measly husk. Irritable, impatient, increasingly brusque. Beads of sweat oft appearing on your forehead. Pray for fortitude every evening before bed. Recurring dreams full of carbonated waterfalls. Bubbling brooks, foliage like the start of fall. Yet with the shiny metallic finish like armor all. Lured from sleep to the corn syrup siren call. To the fridge, start frantically grabbing canisters. Slurping the fizz, fall to your knees like an evangelist. In your gut, flavors mixed up like OK. OD'd on the purple stuff next to the OJ. Next morning, wake up on the kitchen floor, itching for the 2 remaining cans in the fridge's door.
I can't stop. I can't stop. All different flavors. I feed for more. I can't stop. I can't stop.
Get a dose once, you gon' fiend for this.
I can't stop. I can't stop. All different flavors. I feed for more. I can't stop. I can't stop.
Get a dose once, you gon' fiend for this.
All black, white stripes like Meg and Jack. You cross the path, waddled out from behind the trash. October 3rd, about 2:15 a.m. Drunkards now asleep, 9 to 5ers yet to begin. Blue recycle bins, trash cans, plastic tin. Street lamps, bronze light you were basking in. So proud of your trash picking, scavenging, lethargic early morning promenade. You wore a half grin. And me, a simple early morning laborer, upright citizen, good neighbor, honest taxpayer. Yet you squared your shoulders and locked eyes with me, stared deep into my soul scrutinizingly. I stood stiller than Lot's wife, the salt pillar, and stared the bastard right back in the ocular, fully resolved to not quake, to not quiver. But when he spake, my heart dropped into my liver. From the north a storm cloud in a gust, he lifted up his eyes and prophesied thus. creativity, vainly expended energy. Not a thing to show, low status, self-imposed, self-inflicted woes from all your silly goals. All those hours daydreaming, underachieving, cheap headphones playing Journey, Don't Stop Believing. Graveyard shifts, strap K-Swiss, far from affluence. The lifestyle of pipe dreams and manic blips. Your victories are just thin illusions. Puff your chest out for a moment, then topple down in confusion. Introducing the newest constituent of the island of misfits, failed flight like Icarus. Schizoaffective personality dissonance. Go from diffidence to triumphantly clenching fists. But where's the whip, crib, cash, and gash? Everything you lack I have, my empire of trash. Sufficient groceries in my underground digs, and a harem of Penelopes waiting to bear my kids. Proudly polygynous, my only religion is eat, mate, and slip back in the ground when the winter hits. The world is mine, but you're a slave to your environment. You brought it on yourself, don't play me any violins. Yet secretive, had to wake up at dawn, not just sleep through it. Some lazy friends don't believe in it. Test tone ends, color bars vanish. I lean forward, close to panic. Dinotherms connected, old and new Voltron figures I collected. On the windowsill, in the bookshelf. Proud to be on TV, but still on the lookout.
Forces fast and form Voltron. Ready to form Voltron. You'll have to join forces fast and form Voltron. Ready to form Voltron.
Imagine 5 lion robots forming one giant robot, enormous megaton. A super robot, gold star belt buckle, gold cross on his chest, lion tooth knuckles. Holding a blazing sword, and what's more, azure laser rays project from his golden gaze. Of course, an extraordinary chiseled face always somehow appears to be wearing shades. Black briefs and lion shoes, or rather boots. Visor helmet on each side of lion tooth. Peace talks by the Galaxy Alliance. Boarded by Zarkon, that fiendish old space pirate. Witch Hagar, her telepathic cat, and the evil blue robe beast, Commander Urak. Cossack and all the ugly space menaces, but a gorgeous goddess was the evil Genesis.
You'll have to join forces fast and form Voltron. Ready to form Voltron. You'll have to join forces fast and form Voltron. Ready to form Voltron.
Present day, very few can form Voltron. True friendship and loyalty all but gone. Folks live in sleepy isolation. American dream dopamine until we awaken. You could try to find a Princess Allura, but the girls at the bar are more immature than Dora. Then again, you're no Commander Keith. Weak monotone, socks on your sandaled feet. Plus the only real alliance in the galaxy. Defends the strong, disregards the poor and weak. As a kid I had UHF and rabbit ears. Turn the dial, transcend the stratosphere. Mesosphere, thermosphere, and the exosphere. Earth is boring, I knew it would be better there. In
uncharted regions of the universe,
where space mice and dragons fight to rule the turf. The crossbody strap attached to the canvas bag, leather trim snappable flap, plaid polyester duckbill driver's cap, beige and charcoal tastefully intermingled, deep maroon strategically sprinkled, kick push off the cool concrete, yellow lace Asics embrace the feet, tight rolls, ankles exposed, ease off the twist grip, right foot to the road, follow rules like a real driver, tiny wheels and 10-inch pneumatic tires, full stop at the traffic light, glad to show commuters your slacks and tie, couldn't be this relaxed if you had a bike, got some fancy white gloves, Mac the knife, cut the fingers off the right glove resembles Mike Jackson in black or white. Lean back, do you have a light? Eyebrows raised, grabbing a lucky strike to a cougar in a brown convertible who struck a match and began to flirt with you. Green light, now she's out of your life. Subtract 20 years, she's exactly your type.
Riding, rolling, cruising, holla.
Barge through the city block.
Better be quick.
Jump, stomp, move, breathe. Ride. Tie your smoke like Buddha.
Time passed, things declined gradually. Waning confidence gave way to apathy. From a healthy posture to a sad slouch, self-doubt, volumes of self-help. Unfortunate episodes left him only with the longing to be left alone. School kids can be so merciless. No respect for this grown man at 36. Pelted him with pebbles, dirt and sticks till he left his route for an alternative. Stopped chatting up birds at red lights. Feet no longer on beat like Meg White. Cold spells and occasional snowfall. Found him excused from work via phone call. Yellow laces out, in with the Navy. Bold statement to stylistic safety. Simple change in self-perception. Now his whole way of life was called into question.
Hope you put a spell for your flat. Gotta stay on my toes.
Can't afford to ride, you getting stomped out.
Riding, rolling, cruising. Riding, rolling. Better be quick. Riding, rolling, cruising.
Can't afford to ride, you getting stomped out.
What's a man in his 30s to do when he looks in the mirror and he doesn't know who's looking back at him and he can't fathom a life of leg pain and back spasms? For our hero there's one solution. Grab the E300, keep scooting. Faster speeds, more extreme angles. Suede pants, spike collar, a Hell's Angel. In a world of sedans, do your doors and your horsepower make you a man? What about handlebars and kickstands? Can 500 watts outwit the miscreants? Two small wheels for a ride, does it mean that there couldn't be a hero inside?
Riding, rolling, cruising, holla.
Barge through the city block.
Better be quick.
Jump, stomp, move, breathe. Ride. Tie your smoke like Buddha.
Work boots on, it doesn't matter the brand name. They serve me well in the sleet, snow and rain. Head to toe thermals cause I'm skinny and it's windy out. Where I live, these are things you have to think about. Every fall to the closet for the winter clothes. Hats, gloves, thermal socks, reinforced toes. Same slippers with the worn soles. And my trusty space heater with the orange glow. But right now it's time to head to work. On foot cause the 92 Accord barely ever works. Plus a little exercise really never hurts. Especially when you're not covered by health insurance. They say if I had a few more dollars, a new Solaris or an 012 Taurus, then maybe I could vacation or get a date without telling her to dress warm and meet me at the train. Then again I wouldn't have such a strong heart. BMI probably wouldn't be on the mark. So I step into the slush and I start the rhythm. 120 beats per minute. Food and clothes, let's be content. A decent home, enough money to pay the rent. A little wine for the stomach like Timothy. A coffee maker, a tin full of English tea. American spirits to tuck behind the ears. Every evening with dinner, at least a pint of beer. A skilled tailor, a place to get my shoes repaired. A library, a reasonable bus fare. Won't wait for a bailout or a stimulus to trickle down from the cheats or the filthy rich. If I'm blessed with 50 years to really live, don't wanna spend 10 or 20 of them worried sick. So if we seem too satisfied or unambitious, or refuse to fall in love with uncertain riches, we just aim to avoid the gluttony, escape the drudgery, redefine luxury.
short to wait for something good to happen. The only time we have is now. The time to prepare for a great future is now.